Hey YouTube, in this video I'm going to talk to you about an experience that I had at the grocery yesterday and what it taught me about being a father. So I live in Trinidad and right now we're under some COVID restrictions. One of which is that yesterday we had to be home by 7 p.m. That was the curfew. So on my way home, I was determined to go to the grocery because I know that my kids needed some stuff. I called the grocery and they told me that they were closing at 6:30 p.m. Now, it was 6:20 when I called, so I knew I had to rush. So I put my foot on the gas and I got there as quickly as I could. So when I got into the store, I just immediately began to dash through the things that I needed. I know my kids needed snacks, so I picked up snacks. They needed juices, so I picked up a whole set of juices, like cartons like this large. I picked up some meats for them as well, and some eggs. And I got all the things together, but I was rushing, I was dashing through the store because I didn't want to be caught by the curfew, but I knew that I needed to get everything that these children needed. So that during the weekend, when I'm home and we can't go out, they wouldn't be asking me for things that I can't give them. Daddy, can I have this? We don't have it. Who likes to say that? Nobody, right? Obviously. So as I was going through the store as quickly as I can, I saw this guy standing by the door. Now, he had the keys in his hands, so I figured he was the owner. I also figured that he was probably the father of the two shop attendants who are sisters, and they look kind of similar, so I just put one and one together and I figured that was it. So I picked up my stuff, I went to the cashier, and I dropped my chicken, the drinks. I had like 7 cartons of drinks for the kids to drink. I had the snacks, and I paid for everything. I also had to collect 2 cases of water, and all these things I had to take to the car. It took me 2 trips to do that. On the first trip, the guy opened the door and I was rushing. He could see that I was rushing, I was sweating. And I came back in and then he directed me to the 2 cases of water. And as I was walking out the second time, he said to me, "Happy Father's Day." And that floored me because this guy doesn't know me. I don't know him. He doesn't know me from Adam. And he says to me, "Happy Father's Day." I reflected on that on my way home. Obviously, I was driving as quickly as I could. But I was reflecting in my mind, why would this man who doesn't know me say Happy Father's Day? And as I thought to myself, 3 principles came to me. The first was sacrifice. The second was provision. And the third was love. This guy saw my heart. He knows that there's a curfew. He knows that the store is about to close. But he saw how I was rushing, how I was trying to get everything done. He also knows that I cannot eat all these groceries that I just paid for. He knows that this is not for me. He saw my sacrifice and connected that to fatherhood. In other words, he saw the heart of a father in me by the level of sacrifice that I was willing to endure for someone else. That's the first principle. I want to tell you, fathers, I want to tell you too. The heart of a father is one of sacrifice. You're always willing to lay down your life for someone. You don't think about yourself because in reality, it's no longer about you. It's about the identity, the character, the heart that you can impart to someone else through your life of sacrifice. And that's what that guy saw in me. That's what the owner saw in me. And that's why I believe he told me Happy Father's Day. The second was provision. As a provider, I have to ensure that I put my family before myself. It's not about what I need. I could have said, you know what, it's curfew time. I don't want to be caught by the police. I'm going home as quickly as I can to avoid any trouble from me. And then during the weekend, my kids would have been asking me for stuff and they would have been upset. And I would have been upset too because they would be crying and I'd be shouting and I don't want that. Does anybody like that? No, they don't. Obviously. So, but apart from not wanting to hear them quarreling or arguing, during the weekend when I'm home, I put my kids first. I put their provision first. And so I went to the store and I got more than what I thought that they would need. You see, I didn't just want to get the quota. I wanted to get more than they needed. And I think like that because I see God acting in that way. God always provides more than we need. He is always doing exceedingly abundantly above all that we can ask or think, according to the power that works within us. So when I think about being a father, I think about God and how He does more than we could ask or think. So that guy saw the heart of a father in me through my provision for my kids. And finally, to wrap it all up, he saw love. Love is that all-encompassing characteristic that links sacrifice and provision together. When you love someone, you will lay down your life for them. When you love someone, you will provide for them. And we see that in the life of Jesus Christ. He came to earth and He laid down His life out of love for us. The Bible makes it clear that no greater love does a man have than to lay down his life for his friends. And we see that Jesus laid down His life for us. And to go even further than that, Jesus laid down His life for us even when we didn't even call Him a friend as yet. And that shows you just how much love He had for us. He laid down His life in anticipation of us having a relationship with Him. I mean, you can't think of a greater love than that. To lay down your life, not just for those who are your friends, but for those who you anticipate will be joined to you because of your sacrifice for them. And so that father who was standing by the door, who's the father of the shop attendants, he saw love in me. He saw the heart of a father in me through my love for my kids. That is who God is. God is a God of sacrifice. God is a God of provision. And God is a God of love. If you don't know Him, I encourage you to find Him today through Jesus Christ. If your earthly father wasn't all that you expected, I want to tell you that there's a heavenly Father who can bless you, who can provide for you, and who can love you the way that you deserve, who can show you what your identity is like, who can give you more than you need, more than you want, according to His riches in glory. So I just wanted to share this with you. I hope that it was a blessing. As always, if you like this video was a blessing to you, I want to ask you to like it, to share, to subscribe to my channel. I also want to ask you to leave a comment if you have a question that you want to ask. Also, I want to ask you to hit the bell so that when I drop a new video, you can get a notification of when it releases. Finally, remember this, that encouragement plus wise counsel will give you everything that you need in this life, not only to succeed, but also to excel. God bless you. See you in the next video. Take care.